Hi, my name is Gabriela Mendez, and this is my project for FSE100 with the team Ctrl+Alt+Delinquents. And this is my Arduino for the robot Stewart, who is a drone-like type of robot that monitors lions' health and helps zookeepers safely monitor them without them being near the lions. So this is the code for the Arduino. Right here we have, it is remote controlled, so here we declare the IR remote, and we are also using a servo, so that's up here. Right here we have declared our variables for all of the components. We are using a servo for button 1, and the rest of the buttons are for the DC motors. So starting off with our servo, that is right here, and then we have our pins shown for each motor. Motor A is in charge of the first two buttons, first two buttons after the servo button, and then motor B controls the other last two. And then at the bottom right here we have the trig and the echo pins for our distance motion sensor. Down here we have our hex codes for the buttons on the remote. Here is for the first button, which is for our servo, and that is to lift up the robot from its charging port. Then we have button 2, it's hex code. Button 2 is to move up. Then we have button 3, here is the hex code, that is to move down. Then we have button 4, it's hex code, that is to move forward. And then right here the robot stops its motors in order to be able to continue moving after that. And then we have button 5, which is to move backwards, and if none of these buttons are chosen afterwards, then all motors stop once again, and this continues on in a loop. And then down here is our code for our distance sensor, which is right over here. We have the trig, the echo pins, and it's showing its distance right here. So if we go ahead and start the simulation to show the functions, then we can see right here, if we select button 1, that goes ahead and moves our servo, which would move up the robot away from its charging port. Then button 2 would start those DC motors, which would then move the robot up. Button 3, same thing, DC motors, moves our robot down. Button 4 moves our robot forward, and button 5 moves our robot backwards. And right here we can see the distance motion sensor in action. And yeah, those are all the functions for Stewart. It also carries a camera, which is recording and picking up audio at all times in order for the zookeeper to take in the information. So that's already a function there. But yeah, here is the code. And thank you.